It's time for another episode of Hops and Hedges, where we talk about beer, landscaping, and everything in between. Season 1 is proudly sponsored by ext.tech, helping you grow and revolutionize your landscaping business. Now crack open a cold one, and let's dig in. There we go. Oh my gosh, do we ever have a treat today? So with me today, I actually have Amy Fedele from Pretty Purple Door in Northeast Pennsylvania. My first official international guest. Amy, welcome.
Hey. Oh, thank you so much for having me, Heather. I'm super excited.
Oh man, if you guys don't know Amy and her stuff, check her out on Instagram. Pretty Purple Door, right? It's just the @ Pretty Purple Door. Oh my gosh.
Pretty Purple Door everywhere. Yeah.
I think I first discovered you when I was actually at Fanshawe College studying landscape design.
Oh, no kidding.
When you Google like these different concepts of garden design and seasonality and color theory, your artwork, like your images that you use in your courses and your online teaching actually come up, and they're quite they're just freaking amazing. So
thank you.
Amy, for those who are tuning in who don't yet follow you, because everyone who's listening right now is going to go on Instagram right now and follow Pretty Purple Door.
Oh, thank you.
But for those who don't yet, who are you and what do you do?
Okay, so hey everyone, my name is Amy Fedele. I am the founder of Pretty Purple Door, and I help home gardeners design, I call it landscapes that are uniquely you. So a lot of online trainings and ebooks and regular books and articles and social media, YouTube, just basically a big old content creation business. Meant to make design accessible to regular people who are just homeowners and want a really nice space, but may not be interested in hiring the whole thing out because they want to learn how to do it themselves. And yeah, that's sort of like my little niche inside this world. I do have a degree in mass communications and media technology and graphic design with a concentration in web design, dabbled in programming a bit. So my whole like adult career has been in communications and design. And then I just stumbled across gardening after maybe 10 or so years of doing that. I was like feeling a little like stuck in like the design world. I was like, I need something more challenging. And that's when I ended up buying a house and realized how challenging landscape design really is. It's like a 3D space and things going in and out of bloom, and just like it just like opened up this whole new world for me. So I started documenting that journey online, and then just started like getting all of these inquiries of people like, how are you doing this? Like, teach me, please help me.
Yeah.
So that's sort of how it came about. It was very organic, I'd say.
Yeah. Man, I freaking love it. And I can tell that you're in communications and that you teach, because your whole video setup, very professional. Your lighting looks amazing. Your background, everything on point. So is that a real background?
No, it's actually, that's my door right there. It's like a sticker on my door.
Oh yeah, but like it's not a green screen or something, right? Like that's
it's for real. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, that looks so good if that's, a green screen.
I was working on it for a while. The echo is the hardest part. I always noticed about your podcast that your audio sounds so good. It's really hard to
Thank you.
Yeah, you sound great.
I can blame that on this awesome microphone. It's a monster. It's by Blue.
I love it.
And yeah, it actually came highly recommended by one of my business coaches that does
I have the
online
little
teachings.
The little snowball.
Maybe our blues can be friends. Maybe they're long lost cousins.
International blue friends.
International blue friends. I love that. And sorry, I think I said Amy Fedele, not Fedele. Sorry.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Yeah,
that's
Fedele.
the English, Canada. I assume there's a French thing, and it's probably not. So very cool. And I love something that really attracted to me, I think, to the stuff that you do online, your teachings. You've got like your what am I trying to say? Because it's, let me just scroll here. Sorry, my brain is a little bit scattered today. But prettypurpledoor.com. And you actually have resources on there. Right? So you can like, oh my gosh, it's so,
there's so much stuff.
It's been an amazing
check it out.
amazing resource. And
I think I have
especially
over
here,
300 articles now. I think I hit the 300 mark and I was like, wow, I can't believe I've written so much. But yeah, now I'm
that,
like on YouTube too. So I got the YouTube going, which has been fun too, to
yeah.
try to take it to a more visual level. So yeah,
Oh my gosh,
so many
that
free
is
guides and paid guides and courses and all of that. Mhm.
very, very cool. Well, one day I will be your student. It's just about timing and the finances. And when it all lines up, I am there because,
I
oh
look
my
forward to
gosh.
that.
And I'm trying to think, sorry, here I am jumping all over the place. I've got the podcast interview questionnaire in front of me, but there's too many things that I want to know. So you've got ebooks, but you've also got books. And can they be purchased on your website or should people get them from Amazon or
I
how
don't
does
have
that happen?
anything on Amazon so far
Okay.
because I really only have one physical book that you can order.
Yep.
It's called the Plant Perfect Activity Book. So it's an
Yep.
actual activity book that you can draw in, and there's like different like exercises and stuff you can do. And I
Okay.
really wanted it to be coil bound so that it's like a regular like notebook and that you
Yeah.
can flip the pages and like have like the paper that's not shiny so you could actually
And it'll
draw on
lay
it.
flat and you can work on it.
And unfortunately, Amazon doesn't like allow that with their print on demand side. Like they don't have that option.
Yeah.
And I don't have the space to actually order like hundreds or thousands of books and then like have to ship them out. So I do
Right.
this print on demand where when you order it, it gets printed right after you order it and then they ship it for me.
Oh,
And the
cool.
only place I could find that would do the coil bound like that was this company called Lulu. But you just go directly through my site and you order it from there, and then it just
Oh my gosh,
automatically does
that
its thing. But yeah, that was
very cool.
after I actually had that as a digital book too. And then I sent it to a bunch of people to test, like to see what they thought of it. And they were all like, I really want to like use this, like write in it and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's definitely an endeavor. And I'd like to get some of my other ebooks into print soon too, but nothing on Amazon. You just have to go straight to my website for them.
Awesome. That's the way to do it, right?
Yeah.
Because then the money goes to the person who it should be going to.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
Perfect. And so you started the business as well as you moved into your house in the same year? Am I
Yeah.
reading that right? So
Yeah,
2012.
but I mean, it wasn't a business at first. It was
Yeah.
just me
That's when the
blogging
journey
and like,
started.
yeah, journey started. I actually went full time doing this full time in 2022, the January 1st of 2022. So it's been a little over 2 years full time, but I'd say since 2014-ish, I was making
Yeah.
money doing what I'm doing. Yeah.
That's so crazy. Like we've have so many things like parallels between you and me and I think it's so cool because I started mine in 2013. That's when I discovered that people will pay you to draw pictures of their garden.
How
I was like,
amazing, right? Isn't that
I had no
awesome?
idea. I
I
thought
love it.
gardening is just something that people do.
Yeah.
Um,
Vegetables and stuff. Yeah.
right? And then I
Yeah,
started my business in 2020.
I listened to your episode about like how you got into it and stuff, and you just kind of
Yeah.
picked a degree, like because you
Again,
want to try
organic, right?
something new. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So, oh my gosh, too funny. So, and what else was I going to ask you before I ask about what you're drinking? So, oh, that is the next question. So, biggest question. What are you drinking?
I am drinking Schofferhofer Grapefruit
Schofferhofer.
Radler.
That is really fun to
Schofferhofer.
say. Schofferhofer.
Schofferhofer. I don't know if you can see it
Schofferhofer.
there.
Okay.
Probably like blocking because my
Yep.
hat. Yeah.
Excellent.
Schofferhofer. I Googled it because I didn't want to
To
sound
figure out
like
how to
an
say it.
idiot, like saying it wrong.
That's funny.
Schofferhofer. Yeah.
And that was something else that I discovered when I reached out to you and be like, man, I would just love to have you on your podcast. And you were like, dude, beer and gardening? I love
Yeah,
both those
sounds
things.
I love both of those things. Nobody knows I love beer, but I really do. I'm not a connoisseur, but I'll try it. I'll try just about anything. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, and that's me. And speaking of, so I have I mean, I say on the show that I'm always into weird beers, but this is weird for me because number one, it's a sour, which I don't
Mm,
like. I'm a hoppy IPA.
I don't like the sours either. I
Yeah,
really
I
want
don't.
to, but I can't. I can't make
But
myself
somebody
do it.
brought this one to my attention and I had to try it. So this one is watermelon beet sour.
Ooh, that actually sounds good.
I love watermelon and I love beets. And I was
How
like, you know
sour
what?
is it, though?
The first sip was really sour. I tried it before
Yeah.
I went on here to try and hide my face, and then I just made that face anyway, so
No,
you
you're
get to see
totally
it.
just used to it.
right? But it's made by Mascot Brewery here, like Toronto,
Oh,
Ontario.
cool. Cool.
But it says that it has like when I looked it up, it was like a slight melon flavor, but then the smoothness of the beet afterwards. I don't know enough about beer to like make it sound fancy, but you know
Hmm.
what? It's actually pretty good.
Okay. I might have
Like
to add that to my list because I
I
do
would
like
buy it again.
watermelon and beets. How does
Yeah.
it smell though? Because that's always my issue with a sour beer is the
Is it
smell,
smells like
and
it's bad?
I can't handle the smell.
Yeah,
Like I
the
have to
sours,
block
they
my
all smell
nose to drink it. Yeah.
like souring milk almost.
Mm. Yeah, spoiled milk.
Yeah, just don't smell it. It tastes great though. Oh, that's too funny. So you're in Northeast Pennsylvania, which
Hmm.
is just still so cool. But so what are some of your favorite outdoor places slash are there places that have kind of inspired you throughout the way? Because you started your thing kind of organically, but
Hmm.
looking back, I'm wondering if were there any like childhood places that maybe you visited or saw that you think possibly have influenced you?
Well, that's an interesting question. Maybe not childhood, but I did work at Marywood University, and it's a national arboretum there. So I
Hmm.
was working on the website for the university and helping all of the different departments like design their pages and things like that. And I
Yeah.
ended up hooking up with the arborist that worked for the school. And
Like
he
hooking up
wanted
or hooking up?
no, like hanging out. Like he was like, come on, I'll show you plants and I'll show you all these trees and
That's
whatnot.
so cool.
And he wanted this like crazy thing on the website. So it was a super challenge for me. Like that's where I learned a little bit of programming and all of that. But he wanted to document all of the trees like inside of the arboretum, photography, like far out pictures, then close-ups of the leaves and like the barks, and then if something new was blooming, he was like knocking on my office door and being like, "Hey, like you got to come out, let's go take pictures."
What
And
a
I just got like
job.
into it from
Wow.
there. Yeah, it was really fun. And that was like kind of my first taste of how different plants could be from each
Right.
other. There's all these different characteristics. And he actually helped me quite a bit when I was choosing my first trees and stuff for my own property. So it
Yeah.
was super great to have him like in my back pocket, like, "Hey Mark, like
Yeah.
what's the best tree for, the front yard if I want something that's ornamental?" And, he would give me a list and I would look them
Right.
up. So I think that's probably like my first real taste of like learning more about the industry it's in itself.
Right. It's funny how like you talked about the different because they're so varied, right? The texture and the color of leaves and bark, even smell. Like
Hmm.
the katsura tree smells like cotton candy in the fall. The
Oh
leaves.
yeah, so
Like
cool.
how freaking
Hmm.
crazy
Like how
weird
does it
is that?
even?
But
Yep.
awesome.
Yep.
And so with what you do, what I notice with like the imagery that you do, it is so artistic, which I love, right? I call myself my landscape artist because
Hmm.
I'm really kind of fighting this whole AutoCAD thing, and I know it's the
Hmm.
industry norm,
Yeah, totally.
but when I see an AutoCAD drawing, I want to throw up. Like
Hmm.
it is so
I
cold
I
and
agree with you.
unfeeling. There's no emotion to it. And I love in all everything that you do, all the stuff is it mostly digital? Like the art, I want to say artwork that you do, really, the
Yeah,
images.
I
Like
draw
you're creating
digitally,
them using
usually on the
Procreate, right?
iPad. Yep,
But they have
using that.
feeling.
I actually have a course if you want to learn like how to use Procreate to
So
draw landscape designs digitally. I have a course in that.
is
I actually,
Procreate only for Apple?
yeah, just iPad. That's the
I've
only
run
like
into this.
downfall to it. But I
Yeah.
actually learned quite a bit from Lisa Nonamaker. She's a great person. She'd probably come on your podcast too if you asked her.
Yeah,
I'm
who's
in
this?
her
Lisa
Lisa Nonamaker. In
Maker. Is
her
she a Procreate person?
No, she's a landscape designer and she was an educator for a very long time in
Okay.
Iowa
I'm
State
gonna
University, I want to say. But she has online courses, and I took her drawing course, like how to draw plants and like just
nice.
learning your style and getting into your style. So a lot of that style technique that you saw was like
Yeah.
she was kind of my mentor through a lot of that. I've always been a really like good artist and I love to draw even as a kid, but I was having a hard time like with the branding side of it, like how do
Yeah.
I brand myself and like
And your
also
brand, it's so clear.
it's so
Like
crystal clear now and
anytime
I owe that to her for sure.
it's so well done. Like anytime
Mhm.
I Google anything and one of your images comes up,
You
I
know, it's
know it's
me.
yours.
Yeah, and she
Like,
helped me a lot with that. Like, let's choose like color palette and like,
yeah,
you know, the different line weights that you're using and how
yeah.
important all of that is to
Hmm.
uh like communicating what's in the drawing and what's in front of other things in the drawing. But she's awesome. And she also has like a garden design membership that I'm in. So
Okay.
every month we learn about different design topics and it's like just a group of designers. So definitely
Very
anybody listening can
cool.
check that out
I
too.
am gonna look that up. But yeah,
Yeah,
you
totally.
are just
You would love it.
freaking nailing it.
Hmm.
So congrats on all of that. So another parallel between us. I love that. So I asked you about your own personal gardens. What's it
Hmm.
look like or what's the style like? And you said cottage style, eclectic, and pretty whimsical.
Hmm.
Heck yes.
Yeah, super fun.
So let's talk about because I feel like there's an opportunity to, but whimsy in the garden.
Yeah.
Why?
I think it goes back to what I always say about creating a garden that's uniquely you and that can almost show off your personality. I do like a mood board workshop where we talk a lot about bringing like your own personal style from inside of your house to the outdoors or different nostalgic things from your childhood that maybe you could bring outside too. So yeah, we go through all these exercises where we take pictures of like things in our house and try to like make sense of everything that's going on and then bringing it
Oh.
outside. But I think my biggest thing with the whimsy outside, especially in like a backyard where you want people to go out and maybe go to a different location,
Hmm.
is just you need to like pull them out somehow. And
Right.
there's nothing better than a curved path or like some goofy little structure or an
Yeah.
interesting water feature that they can hear, but they may not be able to see. It's just amazing after I design my backyard, like how people explore it and like we'll have a party and there'll just be people in this back area and people over here and people just wandering aimlessly through the yard. And I
Yeah.
think it's because there's something to look at around every bend and it just kind of brings you out into it. So people start exploring. And I love that.
That's and it's not just and I try and stress this to clients is that it's not just a garden to look at.
Hmm.
It's something that you can experience physically by walking through it, or even as you're just arriving to the front door. If you can see a little bit of a garden path, there's this
Hmm.
little bit of intrigue that's like, where does that go?
Yeah,
Right? And you can
exactly.
experience it and have that feeling of adventure and curiosity and that childlike wonder without actually physically setting foot yet in the garden.
Hmm. Yeah.
And personally, I love whimsy. I love the element of surprise. I love when you think you know what the garden's about. So, like, as you're approaching a garden, maybe on the front, it looks super formal and really clean line, but then you open a gate and suddenly you're transported to
Hmm.
somewhere else. Or, you see a big shrub, and as you walk by it, you notice that there's something weird and wonderful hidden in the shrub, like a
Yeah.
sculpture
Like,
or,
what is that? Yeah.
yeah, it's like, wait, and you kind of do the double take. Um, it's interesting. So this a super weird thing that me and my husband like. Years ago, his brother thought he was being funny and got us a zombie lawn gnome for Christmas as a joke. So
Okay.
now my husband and I collect zombie lawn gnomes
Interesting. Okay.
and hide them
I love it.
throughout
I love that.
our garden. And you don't see them. It's not like they're in your face zombies, like, what the heck's wrong with these people? Because there's a lot wrong with these people. But you really have to look for them. Like they don't detract from the garden, but when you see them, it's like, wow,
Yeah.
that's
So cool.
kind of
I love
awesome
that.
and
Yeah,
awkward.
I
But
visit a ton of gardens, like, and I get so much inspiration from seeing other gardens, whether it's like a public, like botanical garden, or I do a lot of
yeah,
like garden touring. I did like the Memphis Cooper Young Garden Walk, and it was like over 100 like home gardens, and that was
that's
just
so
so
cool.
fun because it's not like what you would see in a botanical garden where it's just professional designs. It's just people having just
Everyone doing their own
they had the
thing.
best sense of humor and just like amazing salvaged materials that they were using and just really
Yep.
quirky and really fun. And I got so much inspiration from that. This past year, I went up to the Buffalo, New York Garden Walk.
Yeah.
Uh, that's like a really big one. That's not, you could probably get down to that
Yeah,
from,
that's really close. Like I think
Yeah, really,
that's,
really great. If you go, let me know because I'd love to like have somebody to explore with other
oh
than
my gosh, I would love that.
my boyfriend who just humors me and comes.
Yeah, that's like my husband too. He's like,
Yeah.
when he's very supportive, love him to bits. And I start gardening and he's kind of like the, uh-huh,
Hmm.
uh-huh.
He's like, I'll take
Yeah,
pictures of you taking pictures so that
right.
people knew you were like there. I'm like, okay.
My husband is also really good at doing that. I have some
Yeah.
great action shots of me,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, just
really, really
me
focused in
snapping
the garden.
photos.
I actually went on my very first garden walk last year. It was organized by do you have master gardeners in Pennsylvania or is it a
Yeah.
Canadian thing? See, I don't
No, we
even
do.
know these things. So yeah, it was put on by the master gardeners of, I don't know, somewhere here in Ontario. And I just went by myself. I went at the starting point. They gave us a map and kind of did a little
Yep.
circuit. And I really enjoyed it. And I would
I love
love
them.
to
Yeah.
organize a local one. It's kind of on
Same
my
here.
to-do list.
Same
Yeah.
here.
Oh my
We're
gosh,
cut from the same cloth, I think, because
I
that's
think
my
so
thing
too.
too, is just to, yeah, do something locally and get people more involved.
And it's
Someday.
I another idea I have is actually doing a coloring book, like a local. So I'm in London, Ontario. So I would do like a Gardens of London, Ontario coloring book.
Love
And
that.
I've actually just driving around the city, I have my own favorites, and that's just their front yard.
Mm.
And so once I build up the guts to, I just want to knock on their door and be like, listen, it's not going to cost anything to you, but can I take some pictures and can I put your garden in a coloring book? And it'll probably be a fundraiser for,
Like, who would say no to that? Don't be
right?
nervous. They
It's
would
just, I
definitely say
know.
yes. They'd be like super honored to do
I'm like,
that.
why am I holding
Flattered.
myself? It's just me holding myself back again. I'm building it up too much. I just got to go and do it. Just go do it.
Just do it. That'll be great. I love the idea.
Perfect. Well, I will keep you informed because I need an accountability buddy, right?
Yeah.
Um, so favorite plants, you mentioned alliums.
Yes.
Very
Just
nice. We
just the
have those here.
whimsy, very much Dr. Seuss
They're so
feeling.
Dr. Seuss. It's
Maybe
like a
that's my
perfect sphere
childhood,
on a
like, yeah.
stick. So
Yeah.
have you got a favorite one? There's so many of them.
No, I mean I like them all. So
So
it's
do you
kind of
like
hard.
the big ones or like the smaller ones or the white
I
ones,
have
purple ones, the blue ones?
I have mostly purple and the
Yep.
blues. I don't have any white ones because some of them can be a little tricky here, invasive wise. So
Oh,
I stay away
interesting.
from the white, but
Yep.
the purples and I love the little drumstick, like
Yep. Drumstick
purpley
allium.
magenta. Yeah, I love them. I try to plan them so that there's seasonality. So there's kind of early blooming, mid blooming, late blooming,
Yep.
and then there's after, and that's like early spring ish.
Hmm.
They're early, mid, and late, early spring. And
That's
then
so
there's
interesting.
the drumsticks, and then like later there's summer ones, the millenniums, and all of that.
Yeah, so you still have that interest, right?
Yeah,
Or those alliums
try
still
to
kind of perpetually blooming.
the consecutive seasonality of it. I
Um,
really enjoy.
I
Hmm.
have not heard about the white ones becoming like invasive or naturalizing.
Yeah,
So
yeah, some of
that's
them. I mean, I'm sure there's varieties out there that don't. I
so are they
know.
almost looked at as a weed there then? Like with the general
Yeah,
public, you're
like
like,
just
oh, white
the
alliums.
garlic and it spreads through like the underground, the rhizomes and stuff. And people
Yeah,
have, like, I have one student that just asked in our group the other day, like, how do I get rid of like wild garlic? Just because it's like
right.
all
And I mean, we
over.
have wild garlic here too. So I mean, the two cultivars that come to mind is Mount Everest and I think it's called drumstick or ping pong.
Ping pong. Okay.
Yeah, so
Yep.
ping pong, and they are perfect globes,
Mm.
white allium. But the Mount Everest can get like 6 feet tall.
So fun. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to look into it. I'm not a big white flower person.
No?
I like color more.
Excellent. Excellent. I'm kind of all over the place. I'm all about kind of what suits the spot and
Hmm.
what people like. Um, what was I? Sorry, that's I kind of fade out when I think about two things at once because I'm looking at your podcast pre-interview questionnaire thing, but I'm also looking at the lamp that's above your dresser behind you, which that dresser is actually my favorite color. So that sort of chartreusey
Me
spring grass
too.
green is my favorite color.
Everyone thinks it's purple because of Pretty Purple Door, but green's actually my favorite color. I
Oh,
made
look at
that. It
that.
was like one of those old like MDF dressers from like the 70s and I
Nailed it.
painted it. Yeah. Everyone asks about it on YouTube. It's so funny. People are like,
That's
thanks
funny.
for the info, but
Yep.
I
But
ask
let me
about
know about
that
your
dresser
dresser.
in the background.
That's so funny. That's like me
Hysterical.
too. I'll come on the video and they're like, so what's growing behind you? And every
Yeah.
week it's something different. This week I've got a bunch of sticks because it's springish. So I'm kind of doing a bit of an experiment, bringing in different branches to see what blooms indoors and looks cool. So
Nice.
there's a bunch of things going on. But that lamp above the desk reminds me a lot of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Is it something that you found, or is it from something or
I
somewhere
found it
you've
at a
been,
yard
or
sale, so I don't really even know where it's from. It might
well,
be
that's
just like a
awesome.
cheapo thing. Who knows? But yeah, I love it.
Excellent. Yeah, I am a
Little
big
boho
treasure
vibe or
hunter.
something.
I dig the boho vibe. I get
Yeah.
it. I get it. So, houseplants.
Yeah.
Yes, you have a favorite, and yes, is there one that is like your arch enemy that you struggle with keeping alive?
I struggle with keeping most of them alive. I found. I don't have like great lighting for houseplants. My
Mm-hmm.
house faces north, and then the south, we have like large trees kind of blocking the southern exposure. So
Yep.
I don't have a lot of like window light or window places. I also have three cats and a curious
Mm.
dog. It's I struggle. So I'm mostly like the low light houseplants. But I have the rattlesnake. I have it's
Yep.
kind of like in the background there. And that one I'm pretty proud of. I feel like I've grown that from a little itty bitty thing and now it's just a giant. But I love the foliage plants, like just the cool,
Interesting foliage. Yep.
yep. So
Have
rattlesnake is
you
my favorite.
seen the indoor euphorbias or African milk tree?
I've seen the outdoor ones. I don't know about the indoor.
Hold on
I
a
haven't.
second. Hold that note. Let's just see. Like I
Oh,
gotta
look at
take
that
this
one.
opportunity to show this guy off.
It's almost like a
This one here.
cactus.
So I also have low light. In this room, it looks great because this is my studio and this is the only south-facing window in our whole house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everything else is north-facing. But I've fallen in love with these guys, these euphorbias. This is a variegated one, and I probably paid too much for it. But I really liked it. And it's actually a
Really cool.
succulent. So you pretty much can forget about it
Mm-hmm.
and then just give it a really heavy soaking when you remember,
Yeah. Yeah,
once or
they're pretty
twice a month.
forgiving. Mm-hmm.
And this has grown probably like 4 inches or so since I bought it. So this is
Wow.
going to be, yeah, definitely look them up, the euphorbias. This is currently one of my many favorites, but I don't have
Awesome.
a plant problem or anything. I saw
Your
something
favorite
online,
today. That's what I
right?
always. It's my favorite plant today.
It's my favorite plant today. There you go. Then we can kind of see it. So or I saw an image where it says it's not hoarding, it's collecting. I don't hoard plants, I collect them. And then as one dies, I have space for another one. So, I also loved, so I was asking you, or I ask everybody on the podcast, excuse me, what their favorite stone is. And you, my friend, are the very first person to say something different. Everyone
Okay.
before you has said natural stone. Every single guest on the
Yeah.
show. And I love what you said. Reclaimed brick.
Yeah. I love it.
Yes.
Cannot get enough. I would like live inside of one of those old like I don't know big big old buildings with the exposed brick inside. Like I just love that feeling.
So cool. I was trying to think of I was trying to find a picture actually, and I couldn't find it. But here in London, Ontario, we have a lot of heritage homes,
Okay.
and I'm not a historian, so don't quote me on dates, and I don't know eras or that kind of stuff. I'm a present future person, not a past person, right? It's like,
Get that.
but something that's really, I would say, important here in London or symbolic of London is we have a heritage yellow brick. So the sand that was actually used to make these bricks have this yellow, it was made with like a yellow clay.
Okay.
And a lot of people who come in will want a modernized home. and they will take all the brick off their house and re-side it or whatever. And we have this yellow brick that's just sitting around in piles. And it's not as yellow as like
Free
Wizard of
for the
Oz, you
taking.
know? But yeah, if you can find it, and I would
That's
just love a
amazing.
little courtyard thing in that reclaimed yellow brick. I think that'd be so
I
cool.
love mixing them too. Or I'll even take like the concrete pavers that look like brick, and I
Yeah,
have aged them myself just to make them look old, like
yeah,
paint and stain, and I hit them with a hammer to crack them, and then I like put them back together.
yeah,
I have this like circular patio of brick in my backyard, and just to get it to like go in the circle shape, like there's these
yeah.
big gaps, so I'm just smashing and like
Way
sticking
easier to smash them
almost
than
like
cut them.
a mosaic. It's
Yeah.
like it's so cool. Yeah, I love that stuff.
Okay. So I totally need to share my screen right now because um this is so funny that you just said about mixing materials. So if I change this, yeah, so you can't see it.
Oh, yeah,
Like I actually brought up a whole bunch of images of showing, and it's just so funny you're talking about reclaimed brick and how you like mixing materials.
love
And
it.
this is all stuff that I've saved on Pinterest because I just it's that whimsical, but it's also that like a secret garden feel where you're
Hmm.
almost rediscovering something that's old, even though it's designed to look that way.
Like the handmade vibe, or like that you collected over time, that it wasn't all installed at once. And I just love that look, even if it was installed all at once. If you
Yeah,
can make it even remotely
on
like
purpose,
I think it's
right?
amazing.
Or stuff like this
Oh,
where
I love that. I love that one.
right? And
That's
we
really
actually
cool.
have I wish I had a picture of it, but just down the street where I live, there's a house that has the actual facade of the house, the bottom of it is field stone that looks similar to this, and then the rest of the house is red brick that is cut into the field stone
Oh, that's amazing.
on the actual house,
Love
which
that.
is just really cool. That was some sort of reference thing. But like just the mixing of it. So as soon as you said mixing it,
Hmm.
um, and then I found kind of this funny picture that I thought, I don't know if it's gonna zoom in or not. I just thought,
I
oh,
love
I
that.
wonder if because you and I both like whimsy. It's like,
Hmm.
I mean, I like yellow
It's so
brick.
clever.
And then I don't have you ever seen where people actually make a rose bed? So you take an old bed frame and you plant roses in it.
I've seen them,
So it's
yeah.
a rose bed. Oh my gosh,
Hmm.
there's one in Brantford, not too far from here, and every time I pass it, I'm like, that's hilarious. Not gonna do it at my house, but that's hilarious.
That's so funny. I have a Pinterest board similar to what you're just showing. I think it's just called like Enchanted Garden or
Yeah.
something. It's just all this like beautiful, like I don't know,
Okay,
not
I'm gonna have to find it. When I email
not
you, I'll
stupid.
email you
Yeah,
my
I'll send
Pinterest.
you
You can send me yours and
a link.
I'll follow you. So we've still got, yes, about 6.5 minutes here. So favorite piece of equipment.
Oh yeah, you asked me this, and
And
now
you
I'm
said
trying.
yes, and now you're like,
I'm like, I,
So what about like a gardening tool? Is there a gardening tool that you're like, oh, if you're a gardener, you need this?
so I love like a trenching shovel, like that you would just use for, I guess, that to dig ditches with. I don't know what they're actually meant
Yeah,
for.
I think it's called a trencher.
Trencher shovel. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could probably get rid of 99% of my tools and just use the trencher because I find it just so easy to dig when I have this smaller little space as a woman. You
Yeah.
know, it's sometimes it's hard to dig with like a large shovel. So I
Or
use the
when the
trencher
handle is
quite a
like 8 feet long. It's like,
bit.
dude, I'm a 5 foot some odd woman. Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
I
so I love that. I love that tool. Um,
okay,
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a big I'm like I'm more like use what you have
right.
instead of
Yeah.
or borrow from the neighbor if you can type thing
Yeah. I
than
do
trying
that a
to
lot.
buy every tool.
Yeah.
What's
It's
yours?
about it's not about what you have. It's about who you know who has the things.
Exactly. And then you can
Right.
return it. You don't have to find a place to store all this stuff.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love that. Um, so the other thing that I was going to ask you about, because we were talking about, let me just scroll through here because again, my brain. So we've got your one physical book that you have, right? The
Hmm.
activity book, which is
Yep.
super awesome. You've got a whole bunch of ebooks and
Hmm.
you've got courses. And are they pay on demand courses or do you do like live interactive courses as well?
Most of them are just kind of pay and take it as you go. The Design Your Four Season Garden course is like my main course for homeowners looking to kind of create color and interest in every single season and how to plan that out, like to make a mixed border cottage style garden.
Hmm.
So you can buy that at any time. And then I have support with that. So there's a Facebook group and you can always write for support, and
Nice.
I'll do plan reviews and things like that. I have a garden planning 101 course, which was really just something I threw out there during the pandemic to try to help people that couldn't quite afford the more comprehensive course. So that's just
Right.
kind of on your own. Take that and learn a little bit about how to plan a garden, like the
Hmm.
beginner steps of how you would draw and like plan it out.
Yep.
And the other course is called Great at Procreate, which is my drawing course
That's cute. It's a
for
cute name. I
landscape
like it. Yeah.
designers. Yeah, Great at Procreate. So right now you can just buy it. Like if that's something you wanted to learn, it's very step by step. All my courses are very like, very much handheld, like step by step by
Yeah.
step. So people don't typically have an issue with it. But the Procreate course, I have done like cohorts of people,
Right.
and that would come with like a weekly Q&A that I would do live on Zoom, like similar to how we're doing this. And they could just
Nice.
submit their questions early. So they watch like pre-recorded lessons. And then if they have questions or trouble, because there's a lot of tech stuff with once you get into like the iPad and like trying to draw and use a new program. So I do offer like
Yeah.
that Q&A
I need
once
a
a week.
course of just how to operate an Apple because I'm
Yeah.
Android through and through. I try
Yeah.
to shut off my mom's Apple and I'm like, I don't even know how to just turn
Where's
off
the
the damn thing.
button?
So a couple more questions for you. And one I have managed to already forget. Oh, yes. So because you're classing, wow, that's not even a word. So you're teaching, right?
Mhm.
You're creating course material. Do you do any public speaking engagements? Because I feel like you would be so good at that.
I haven't other than just my local garden club, but yeah,
Yep.
I'd be totally open to it if anyone's out there that needs a speaker.
Because I know here, like we
Uh,
have this website called, I think it's just Garden Ontario or OntarioGarden.com or something like that. And you just register as a speaker.
oh,
And
cool.
then it's connected to all of the horticultural societies in our province.
Oh,
So
that's
I
nice.
don't know if you have something like in your state where all the horticultural societies gather. I
I
just
have
think
to
you'd be
look
such a
into it.
great guest speaker. And
Oh,
people
thank you.
pay for that. So that's just like
Yeah.
another, you
And
know?
you get to travel. I love to travel. If I
Yeah,
can
I
like
love meeting new
in a couple of
people
vacations
and,
here and there and like
right?
see a
Have it
couple
paid for.
gardens. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't
I
hurt.
just got back I went to the Epcot
Oh,
in
nice.
Orlando.
Yeah.
They had the Flower and Garden Festival. So
Nice.
I just got back from there. It was pretty cool to see that.
Nice.
Anytime I travel anywhere, I'm like,
Where are the
take
gardens?
gardens near me. It's like
Yeah,
Googling stuff. Yeah.
that's me too.
Yeah.
Okay. So one last question. We've got a minute and a half. Do you have a recommendation besides your book? Because people clearly need to go to prettypurpledoor.com and buy your books. But is there either a garden horticultural landscape design book that you would recommend or like a professional personal development book that you would recommend people check out?
I have a whole list of books I'd recommend, and they're on my website in the resources tab.
I
So
love that.
yeah, I just
I'll just
have
link to it on the
there's
podcast
just so
episode.
many. Yeah, I'll send you the link if you can't find it.
Okay.
Um, Susan Roth, like she has some older books, and that's what kind of got me into this like designing gardens for multiple seasons.
Yeah.
So I always recommend her, but
Okay.
she's more like she's in my local area. I think she's in like New Jersey or something. So
Okay.
all of
Well,
the
what we'll
plant
do is we'll
sections
link
were
to
pretty
that.
relevant to me at the
Yeah.
time.
Because we are going to get cut off. But Amy, thank you so much for chatting with me today and having a beer. Cheers to you, my friend.
Cheers. Thanks
And
for having me.
I look forward to having you back for another episode. We'll do Amy part 2.
Sounds good. Can't wait.
Excellent. Cheers.
Cheers.
That concludes this week's episode, hosted by me, Heather Gerard at My Landscape Artist. Now, before you go, here's some info about our sponsor, ext.tech. In today's fast-paced world, your landscaping business needs modern solutions to keep up with the change. That's where EXT comes in. EXT is revolutionizing the way you manage projects and streamlines your landscaping, snow removal, and construction operations. Instead of juggling 5 different software packages, endless spreadsheets, losing track of leads, and missing out on potential sales, you could be leveraging AI job routing, client management, and financial insights with a modern mobile app that employees love to use. With EXT's flat rate pricing, you'll never be caught off guard. If you're ready to revolutionize and grow your landscaping business, visit ext.tech today to learn more. And for additional savings, use the code HOPS10 at checkout, or just tell them that Heather sent you. See you next week for another episode of Hops and Hedges.